Hello and welcome to the podcast from Stress to Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Lolita Guarin, and today's episode 193. And I want to talk about something that, well, may be stressing you out, such as not getting validation from other people. It's kind of like people pleasing, but it's not that you need to please others and do whatever they want to do, but what I mean by that is you're seeking validation. So you want to make sure that the people like you, make sure that they approve of your actions, make sure that they say, "Oh, you're doing a good job," and all this. When we're seeking this validation from other people, it can get very stressful because everybody have their own different opinions. Everyone has their own different set of rules. They may not feel the same as you feel. Obviously, everybody's life situations are very different. Many people cannot relate to you, but it can get very, very stressful when we are seeking this validation, especially if, let's say, you started a new business, or you start a new position in the company, or you got in the new relationship, or you just stepped into a marriage or any other thing, or you even moved to the new neighborhood, or you started a new school, or anywhere that you are introducing yourself into the group of people. And that does not go with the time. It's not like somebody says, "Oh, well, I liked your dress today." And you're like, "Oh my gosh, great. They don't like me. I don't need to validate myself anymore. And, we're good." No, it's not like that. It's always this continuously thing. And I remember for the very long time when I was working, in the companies where they had a boss and or coworkers, and they will come and say, "Hey, can I go and talk to you in the office?" It was super stressful for me because I was thinking, "Oh my gosh, I did something wrong." And my job I mean, whatever I did, probably messed up something because they're not happy with my work, or they're not happy with me personally, or somebody would not invite me somewhere. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, my coworkers invited me, everybody went for lunch, not everybody, but like there's a group of people went for lunch and I was not invited. So if I'm not invited, this means they don't like me." All of this is associated with the way I grew up. When I grew up in the environment where I was not validated enough and appreciated and celebrated for who I was, I'm obviously that's like low self-esteem is like, well, definitely something's wrong with me. So I'm continuously asking for this validation because for me to be validated, this means I am approved of my actions. This means whatever I did was good. And when someone grows up in the environment where they don't feel loved for who they are, just not doing anything at all, just being themselves. When they're not validated to be loved and appreciated for who they are, just are, then that individual becomes useful because it has to do with fear of abandonment, of fear of rejection and exclusion from the group. And as we all know, when you're a child, if you're excluded from the group, this means you're gonna die. I mean, children cannot take care of themselves. So this survivalism continues in our adulthood, and then it comes to the point that, we just want to make sure that everybody keeps validating. And if I'm going to have a new haircut, I want to make sure that my friends will say, "Yes, okay, yes, I like your haircut, you're good." Because that validation would give me sense of safety. Like, "Oh, okay, I'm safe. You're not gonna exclude me from the group." And it may look like, and now just think, are you one of those people? Do you need validation? Like, you did something and you look up to somebody else and say, "Hey, what do you think? You think I'm doing good? I'm good? Yeah? Okay, great." Or do you know someone in your life like that? And you're like, "Oh my gosh, why they just always want to like such a show off, because it's coming of place of being insecure. Because if you don't know your own worth, your own value, well, because you've never been told that you're valuable enough. Probably even the opposite. All the children know that they can do whatever they want, you're being born and you're this amazing thing and everything is like, well, this is what life is. But then you're being told that no, you're nobody. Shut up, sit down. And then no matter who you are, it's not important either. So you grew up in this environment, and that's why those things happen. That you may even be afraid to do something very drastic that is outside of your comfort zone or outside of your family comfort zone. And you may be right now sitting with the great, amazing things that you want to do and your dreams and all of that. And you are afraid. You are afraid to do anything because you don't want to be excluded from the group, because they will not validate you. They will not stand by you. So it's very important to have people in your life that they actually can give you that validation and say, yes, you're doing great. Yes, it's like, well, my gosh, how much of that validation can you get? How about you ask 3 to 5 friends to write you a love letter to you and just say, hey, do you think I would do anything good? But ask only those people who are really friends, not those who just love to be your friend, just kind of like just come in and play on your insecurities. Those are not friends. And, have something in writing and keep those letters somewhere that you can read every time when you need it. When you feel like you need some validation and you need to be approved of what you're doing, who you are, that makes you feel, read those letters. So you remind yourself that you are worthy. You're amazing and what you're doing is great. Even if you will go and act on your dream or on your whatever you want to do and you fail, guess what? It's called life. You will experience it and you will learn something. It's an experience. And it could be that, finally you have enough courage and you say, tell somebody, you say, oh, I really want to do this, that. And they're like, wow, you know what? I know somebody else who can help you to do this. It could be like that too. So if you are not, will step out of that comfort zone and say, you know what? I don't need anybody's validation. I need my validation. And even if they reject me, that's fine. I'm going to do me now. You will stand by your side. You will support yourself emotionally, and you will become stronger out of this. And then you can manage your stress because you trust in yourself. You know that no matter what will be thrown at you, you'll be there by your side. And I'm very interested to hear. Can you relate? Does it speaks to you and you're like, oh yeah, I can relate to this validation thing? Or maybe you know someone in your life that is into that validation thing. I would like to hear it in your comments below. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And yes, you already know what I'm going to say. Subscribe to my channel, please. And I also would like to know, what is your opinion and what is your tips or tricks that you can help others with validation and self-validation? Because I think when we share our experiences with others, we help them as well to learn and grow and become better selves. And I will be continue this conversation about the little things that can be very painful in your life, but are very needed to be addressed in order for you to have healthy and stressless life as much as possible.